This is the reason why you struggle to achieve your goals year after year. And now you've resigned to living a life you're not excited about, wishing you were someone else or somewhere else. This is called the emotional cycle of change. The reason why most of us give us along the way when it comes to going after our goals or our desires is because we are derailed by negative emotions. If you can understand this graph, the cycle, the emotional cycle of change, you'll be able to manage your emotions and manage change more effectively. So let's start. The first phase is called an informed optimism. At this point, you are really excited about your goals. At this point, you only think about the benefits. And normally this point is at the beginning of the year where people are rating their goals, blah, blah, blah. Or when you watch a motivational videos and you're like, you know what? I'm going to go back to the gym. So at this point, you are like looking at all the benefits. You don't consider the price you have to pay when it comes to change. And this is a place where you have all these positive emotions. And then you proceed to the second stage, which is the informed pessimism. At this stage, now you start saying, oh my God, I didn't know it was going to be this painful. I didn't know I had to wake up early to go to the gym. I didn't know I'm going to deal with muscle pain when I go to the gym. I didn't know that it's going to be so difficult for me to do the things that need to be done. At this point now, you start getting those negative emotions and you start even blaming the process and like, oh, it's so difficult. You start even thinking, you know what, I feel like I was better before. So at this point, some people will actually give up. That's why you find out that when you start the year, when people start the year with all these positive changes they want to make in their life, when it comes to like the third week, they've actually given up. On week 3 January, people have given up because they have now reached the informed pessimism stage, where the pain of change becomes apparent as compared to the benefits. Now, it's going to get worse. We now get to the phase 3, which is the valley of despair. In the book Atomic Habits, it's called the valley of depression. At this point, now someone feels like, I'm gonna give up. Like, I'm doing the work, but I'm not seeing change. For example, you are going to the gym constantly, but you don't see yourself losing weight. For example, you keep putting in the work, but you don't see any results. It doesn't show in your bank account. It doesn't show with your employer. They're not giving, you're not getting anything. So at this point, that's where most people give up. And at the valley of despair, this is where pain is more apparent than the benefits. It's worse than the informed pessimism, because at informed pessimism, you can actually say, you know what, let me just continue going. But when you get to the valley of despair, this is where 90% give up. And then the rest of the 10% will proceed to informed optimism. Now, if you keep pushing, when you don't feel like doing something, you do it, you actually do it. When you feel like you're not seeing results, you keep going because you know at the end of the day, the results will show up. You continue being consistent, you'll get to the stage of informed optimism. At this point, now you start seeing changes. And at this point now, you start now getting back those positive thoughts, positive emotions. So at this point, you're like, oh my God, yeah, I'm starting to see the fruits of my labor. So informed optimism. Now, some people will decide to stop and be like, oh, let me enjoy. Do not stop. At this point, put more effort. In fact, if you're putting only 1 hour, increase to 2 hours of work, because now you're starting to see results and you start saying, oh, it's actually working. This is working. Let me continue doing it even more. So at this point, keep doing it so that when you finally get the ultimate results of the last stage, which is success and fulfillment, you're like, oh my God, yay, I did it. So you have to pass through all this so that you can finally get that which you desire, to finally get to that particular goal. So the next time you are struggling with emotions, or the next time you're going through change, the next time you set a goal and you're going through the whole emotional cycle of change, please be aware of this graph. This graph will help you go through those hard times. So you are like, you know what? Yeah, I'm currently at the valley of despair. I'll keep going because I know eventually I'm going to get the results that I desire.